Do we have a bit more clarity as to whether we will be going to that October 28th runoff?
As of right now, it looks like we are. We have 85% of the presidential votes counted, and Bolsonaro is coming in at 47.6. He needs one vote over 50%. So we're heading into the final 15%. For now, we have a runoff on October 28th between Jair Bolsonaro and left-wing Fernando Haddad, who got 27% of the vote so far.
And Bolsonaro is by far the more market-friendly, or seen as more market-friendly as a candidate, despite not having a great deal of detail about his economic policies.
That's right. Markets have chosen their favorite between those two, and it's certainly Bolsonaro. We saw a massive rally last week when Bolsonaro started gaining again in polls. He had been sort of steady, and there was some discussion among analysts whether he had hit a ceiling because he is such a polarizing figure. But he continued to climb. But he had, I believe, in the last poll about 35%, and markets loved that.
And Julia, in recent elections, the winner of the first round ended up always winning the second round as well. Could this be the case, or is this a more unique election?
This has been, for everybody, I think, a very difficult election to call. Haddad, just a month ago or so, he had 4% of voter intentions. He's coming in at 27 because he is backed by former President Lula. But at the same time, the opposition to the Workers' Party and former President Lula is really strong. You can really see it talking to people. They just don't want the Workers' Party back. And Bolsonaro represents the absolute opposite of that. So it has been hard to call. Both candidates have really rejection rates, over 40% for both of them. So it's been a lot of who are you voting against instead of who you're voting for.
And Julia, it seems that foreign media have been focusing mostly on the presidential election, but it's true that also the House is up for election. 2/3 of the Senate is also up for re-election. So what does this mean for presidential elections and also the outlook for the Brazilian economy if you get a more fragmented Congress?
So Brazilian Congress is difficult. We have over 30 parties represented in Congress so far, and it's earlier to call that, but we have seen a little bit more market-friendly names or people that the market prefers. We had former President Dilma Rousseff running for Senate and way ahead in polls, and it looks like she is not going actually to get elected for the Senate. She's coming in at 4th for now. So we might have a bit more of a market-friendly Congress this time to pass with the reform agenda that investors want so much.